I never decorate my windows with flowers and other nice stuff like normally people used to do. I keep my favorite tools here instead. That's what I like. Well, welcome home to my garage. Not much have happened here this year. More photos on the wall thanks to Fredrik, my neighbor, who helped me with this. And this time it's 3 old photos from Sweden, all Volvo cars in the pictures. Gas station, picnic and telt holiday. This is our old Volvo that we had in my family, Volvo Amazon. And this, which I guess you recognize by now, the commercial picture for Pontiac cars with my Pontiac and me at that age when I began to love old American cars from the 50s. From the age of 10, I used to listen to music like Deep Purple and Jimi Hendrix, so that is somehow connected to old cars in my case. And as I grow a little older, I let my hair grow and start arguing about wearing sandals, like boys at that age sometimes does. And I keep my dream true. During all the years until I was 54 years old and finally bought my dream car. And here it is 9 years later. Still the same motor in it, the original 6-cylinder flathead. I have been visiting different car shops during the last years after I was not satisfied with the first car shop. After the last time I picked my car up there after 10 months, and I have some new issues thanks to the car shops. Instead, that's not what I had inspected. We agreed that they should clean my gas tank and put a camera in there and check the condition of the tank. They didn't do that either. What they did was they drained it only, and tried to convince me that I had put the wrong gas in the tank, but I haven't. I know that. And what have happened after that is the gauge in the tank is not working. It says the tank is empty, no matter how much I put in the tank. And I sometimes get the gauge working a little bit more if I step on the bumper, so it's shaking in there. It must be checked on the inside, and I asked the last car shop to check my rear axle and fill it up with oil if it were necessary, and now it's leaking oil out of the rear axle, which was a problem. It's a problem which I never had before. I should also check the shocks under here. At first I thought it was gas leaking out of the tank, but it was oil. I had an issue with the distributor, so I took it to a car shop far away from here, and they did a digging job deep into it. But the man who worked with the car, he said that motor needs to be replaced. It's gone. No, it's not, definitely not gone. This is a good motor still. It's old, yes, but it's not time to replace it. Some knowledge which I have, and only because I put my car in a car shop, it doesn't mean that I don't have any knowledge at all about my car, which I now have owned for 9 years. I have a lot of knowledge, but not all the knowledge I should have, and I don't have a lift and a car shop, so it's not easy to do all the work myself here, and I don't have all the tools I need either, and experiences of doing different kinds of work. No. So sometimes I must put the car in a car shop, which were my intentions already from the start. Before I even bought the car, I realized I will not do all the work myself. Why announce that you have a car shop which know how to work with old American cars when you don't know anything more than perhaps Camaro cars from the 70s. The first car shop north of Stockholm here I call now these days a Camaro car shop. They did some work which I haven't asked for, and did not some work which I have asked for, and had only some mansplaining about how this car gonna be restored. Like one of my neighbors down the road here, he had more knowledge than me about my car, only because he's an engineer, and it doesn't mean that he know anything about this, which I know very much about. Now when I'm in a garage since 2 years ago, and it's raining outside and snowing outside, I have no longer use for the cover of my car, and I have let the kids play with this instead, and using it for a tilt in the park. So this is now a toy instead. I haven't connected the shop for fixing my ventilation windows yet, which I should. And there are some other stuff that I have to do myself around here. Check a little deeper into the quarter panels here, what I and figure out what I can do for now. For example, I have checked the carburetor as much I can myself, and now I hope I will have no more issues with the carburetor. And cleaning all the spark plugs all over again. Radiator is still leaking here, which was something I have asked the car shop to do something about, replacing the gasket there and pull out the radiator and clean off the surface rust, and I could paint it or he could paint it, but he didn't do that work which I asked for. So I guess this is it. More explaining what I should have done to the car and what the car shops should have done to the car, and I will fill up the tank with more gas. I must take it for a ride to the gas station. After it will fire up again, hopefully, and then next to the car shop again and back to the garage as soon as possible. Not like the last time I visited that car shop when it was sitting outside for 10 months, raining and snowing on it, no one looking after the car. I will not have that story one more all over again this time. This time we must agree to something realistic. Maybe it is this 12-volt starter which killed my 6-volt battery. I began to suspect that this was too much beating up the battery. I will keep it and use it if I have to. Thank you for watching. Autumn is here definitely.